All right, in this video, I'm going to show you a super raw and unfiltered just tutorial on how to make advertisements. So as you can see here, this is the main dashboard for Meta. The reason I'm making this video is because I just launched a brand new campaign yesterday. And I'm like, you know what? I'm sure people definitely need to learn how to do this. So if you want leads, I'm going to show you how to make a simple lead campaign. I'm going to keep it super quick, super simple, and I'm just going to talk logistics. So I'm going to show you physically how to do it like in the platform right here, what buttons to click and what not to click. And I'm also going to show you how to make the ad. So I'm going to show you the creatives. And I'm also going to give you the principles behind like why we're doing what we're doing and how to do this for your own business. So first step is you're going to come over here to click create campaign. Once you come here, it'll take you to this little section here. You're going to click leads. Now, once you do that, it'll pull this up. So this is the campaign, this is the ad set, and this is the actual ad itself. Now, so under the campaign, just name of campaign, whatever your campaign name is. Why on earth is it showing my campaign score over here? Interesting. Anyways, for any of you more experienced people who have done this before, you will know that Meta has just come out with like a huge update. Anyways, so when you come down here to budget, I don't like to get too caught up on this. I typically like to run ad set budget just because it's easier. Like if you're running a campaign and you have two different angles, like let's say you have like a lead magnet and let's say you have a direct sales advertisement. I like to do ad set budget because then it splits it between the ad sets versus the campaign. So if you have like a super direct call out ad or you have a lead magnet running in the same campaign, your lead magnet might get more spend just because it's converting at a higher percentage because they're two different things. So I always like to do ad set budget. From there, you don't really need anything else under the campaign settings. So once you click that, it'll bring you to the ad set level. Now this is pretty cool because this is where you can actually run multiple angles. So we'll just do lead magnet. So this will be the ad set level for the lead magnet. Also, when you come up here, you can adjust your pricing. Oh yeah, I did it at the ad set level. Oopsie daisies. Yeah, so you do the pricing in here. So you would just name it whatever it is. You always want to make sure that your Facebook page is connected. That's super important. Yeah, just come over here, put in your budget at whatever you want to do per day. So if you're a beginner, you'd probably stick around the $20 per day range. I don't even know why I changed that. When you come over to audiences, so if you're running in a local market, what I would do is, sorry, not under audiences, suggested audience. So you can create a new audience, you can make a custom audience, and then you can actually like upload all of your previous contacts of your clients who are in your local area. Another thing I would recommend is I would come over to location right here. So if you're like me, a marketing company, I market to the entire United States. Don't worry about like, where's the targeting? Is there even still targeting on here? I wouldn't worry about targeting because targeting is pretty much irrelevant. Like back in the day, everyone used to freak out about like, oh, I have to target like certain income requirements and like neighborhoods. Don't worry about that. So if you are in a local market, just type in your state, type in your service area. You can drop a pin. So let's say like Ohio. We'll do like Columbus, Ohio. Right, so you can come over here. You can actually drop a little pin in your service area. And then that way you can target people in this area. So if you want to make this pin smaller, you just come over here. 15. We'll try this. Boom. So now you're most likely only going to be targeting in the service area. Maybe we can do 12. Let's do this instead. 12. Bang. Look at that. So now you're only targeting in your service area if you service the entire area. Another thing you can do, which is pretty cool, is add in like a list of zip codes. So you go to add locations in bulk, and then you can do postal codes, and you can have like, you can just go to like AI, have Claude or ChatGPT give you a list of all the zip codes in like Columbus, Ohio, for example. So after that, I don't really think there's much you have to do. Add transparency, yeah, you don't have to do anything there. Yeah, so you would just go to next, and so now we are at the ad set level. So the ad set level is where your actual ads are. Now, what I would recommend is always try testing multiple different variants. So you would, ideally, you would want to have like one campaign, one ad set, and then like 3 ads. Or you could do, like, let's say you're testing 2 angles. You could do like one campaign, have like 2 ad sets, and then one of the ad sets would target like people directly. So it's like, hey, buy my shit. And then the second ad set, which would be like your lead magnet ad set for here, for example, would just be like, hey, check out these cool marketing tips, right? So it's like totally different angles that you're taking with each ad set. But you should always have like a couple ad sets that you're running, and then under those ad sets here, you should have multiple ads. Now, so for setting up our first ad, we'll go here. We're going to do lead magnet V1. So we have version 1 of our lead magnet. And then you always want to make sure that your account is connected, your Facebook and your Instagram are connected. And then depending on what you're going to do to actually collect the leads, I always like lead forms. It does depend on how you're going to actually set up the ad. So, for example, if you are really struggling with attracting lower quality leads, I would definitely move away from an instant form, because with the instant form, it just makes it super easy for them to fill out the information, because most of the time it autofills it. So if you are getting bad leads, I would stray away from this, but I have had really good success. I think it kind of just depends for what you're doing specifically. So you always want to create your form, make sure your form is connected, so that way people can actually opt into your stuff. Now, when it comes to actually uploading the ad, sorry, I'm putting this little toothpick down. When it comes to actually uploading the ad, you're going to go to Ad Creative right here, and you're going to select either image or videos. Come over to Canva. I'll show you how simple you can make this stuff. So if we come over here, hit Create, Facebook. Now you always want to make sure you're going to have to do multiple versions of the ad. I would always, whoa, face just froze like crazy. So we'll come over here, click the Facebook Square feature. I would always recommend using Canva Premium. So that way you can just come over here and you can resize it custom. So I'm going to give you an example of a really good ad. Really good ads, you can get away with static ads, man. Pretty much the majority of the ads that I run are static ads. So if you can do 2 things. You can have the actual, like, this is the creative. This is what I would call the creative. You can have the creative cell, or you can have the copy cell. So if you want to have the creative cell, you're going to need to put a shit ton of stuff here, and most of the time it's probably not going to be a static ad, unless you're like a home service business, or you have like some sort of like before and after where like you can visually sell them. But most of the time your copy is going to do all the work. So for example, if you are going to run an ad where the copy is going to do the majority of the selling, all you want to do if you're creative is essentially call out your audience and tell them where to go. So you're just going to be like, Ohio homeowners. If you're, let's say you're a realtor, okay, so you would just do something like Ohio homeowners. Duplicate this, bring this down. If you're planning on selling your house, read this before listing. Okay, let's say like you're Let's just say you are a realtor or something like that. So we can come over here. I usually like to just do something super simple like this. And then we can change this. No, I want to keep that bold color. Go over here, make this white. Make this white. This does not look like it's a super good ad. I'm going to unbold the, actually I'm going to make this completely bold, unbold this. Bold, bold, bold. So you see how I'm highlighting things? So if most of the time people skim, now this might be a little too unappealing visually. So maybe I can, let's try the fonts. I don't mind that, but I think the white pops more with the lighter color in the back. So we'll just leave it at that. This is something you could even do as well. I'm going to make both of these bold. Just like that. Ohio homeowners. If you are selling your house if you're planning on selling your house, read this before listing. This is super simple, and then all you would do is just put like a little arrow. I know this doesn't look sexy, but it does work. Because all you're doing is you're capturing their attention, and you're essentially calling out your audience, and then you just put a little arrow like this. Now I know this doesn't look super sexy, but all this is meant to do is to capture their attention and divert it to something else where you can sell them. So where you sell them, that's the sexy part. So we can come over here. Copy example. Now, whenever you are selling anything, my favorite copywriting formula is AIDA. Attention, interest, desire, action. Super simple formula. So the reason why this is so important is because you are grabbing attention, you are building interest, and interest and desire kind of go hand in hand, and then you're directing them. If you have ever sold anything beforehand, you have a process for selling things. In your script, you can't go from intro to like tying down the appointment, right? Because you haven't done the problem discovery, you haven't built on the pain, you haven't pitched, you haven't done any of that, right? So you have steps, and you have to move people along the sale. And I think that's a really powerful frame to think of when you're actually writing this copy and you're writing the advertisements, because if you're scrolling your phone, the first thing you see is this. You're not going to instantly like see a picture and then just go read the copy. You're going to look at the picture and you're going to see it, and it's like, Ohio homeowners. Oh, I'm a homeowner in Ohio. Okay, if you're planning on selling your house, read this before listing. Okay, well, I'm an Ohio homeowner and I'm selling my house this year, and I was just about to list it in a couple months. Let me check this out. And then you're diverting them. This alone won't sell them. This, where you actually take this formula, that is going to sell them. So now look, I'm going to show you a cool thing. Come over to Claude. New chat. I want you to write Facebook ad copy using this formula. You don't even need to format things with AI, bro. Look at this. This is so simple. What information do you need from me before writing the copy? I can do this on my own, but just for simplicity's sake, I want to show you how good AI is now. A few quick questions. I can't spell, guys. I'm dyslexic. Homeowners in Ohio. What is your primary goal? Generate leads of people who are selling their house this year. Boom, look at this. So now AI is going to do this all for me. Okay, maybe AI is not going to do this for me. Bro. I'm grabbing their attention with a call out visual / static ad and directing them to the copy. So look, you just come here, bang a quick screenshot out. Dude, I am lagging like crazy. I'm spelling everything wrong. It's one of them days, yeah? Holy smokes. Let me know. Ba-na-na-na-na. Okay, cool. So you just upload the ad into AI. You just upload it into Claude like this. Sorry I'm not talking a lot, guys. I just really want this to be super raw and authentic about how easy it is to actually do this stuff. And I've never run ads for real estate people before, so that's why it's taking me a little bit longer. Boom, this is way better. Yeah, this is way better. Okay, cool. Now, boom. So now I have the copy. It wrote it. This is actually pretty good. I don't even need to read all of it. I mean, I would recommend you do, but for the sake of the video, I'm not going to read all of it. But you can see how this is actually good. Like, Sarah thought she was ready to sell her home in Ohio. So, like, that's the first thing that they're going to see. As soon as they go from here to down here, the first thing they're going to see is that. Here, while that's finishing up, I'm going to upload this. Come over here. Oh, I didn't even save the bloody photo. I just screenshotted it. Oopsie daisies. Come over here. Click this. Download. And the only reason, I promise this actually takes less time. The only reason it's taking a while is because I haven't actually run ads for real estate people. It's not my niche. It's not my specialty. As well as I'm also making this video. Normally this takes like half the time. Okay, can you please work? Might have to pause this. Hold on. Okay, cool. It finally loaded. So come over here, click upload, and you're just going to take your image, your ad, right? Of course, this isn't perfect. I missed like a line or whatever. Just going to come here, original. Now, don't worry about this because I'll show you how to edit this. Just hit next. I'll show you how to edit this. So for the primary text, come here, boom, just like so. Oh my days, bro. Move my head up here. Come here and just format this super quick. Now, some of you might be like, oh dude, this is kind of long. It's not long. Might be long for you, but for like a 50-year-old person, people like to read. Also, your copy can be as long or as short as it needs to be. It doesn't need to be short and it doesn't need to be long. It just needs to be good. Boom. Now, we have fully built out copy. I'll even get it to write me a headline real quick. When you're writing, you want to think about emotions. So based off of the story that AI told me, forgot to put this bit in. Oopsie daisies. So what is this? What is this right here? Think about it. Sarah thought she was ready to sell her Ohio home. She wasn't. We're using a name. Name makes it familiar. You're also using, this person thought this, but she was wrong. That's curious. That's also maybe a little fearful. It's like, hey, I'm selling my house. This is a big thing. What did this lady in Ohio, the same place that I'm from, do wrong? Right? That's intriguing. So you want to tie that in. You want everything to be congruent with each other. So if I tell you, for example, like let's say this said like I'm going to give you 5 tips, and like later down here, if I'm not giving you tips, if I'm not giving you information that I'm saying that I'm going to give you, the copy won't land. So you want to make this, all this copy, congruent with the headline, congruent with I would want to change this. Click. Click learn more. We'll send you a free no pressure, no pitch. Just fill out the form. Just fill out the form and we'll send it over. Boom. So now we got the lead magnet up. You're going to come over here. Click learn more. Oh my god, I'm sweating so bad. I left my window open to make this video so I had good lighting, but like my room is so hot now. Alright, now I'm going to come over here to Claude. Boom. Write a headline that is congruent. This is good right here because this is intriguing and it's a little scary. It's a little scary. So you're going to come over here to next. Now, I would ignore all of this. I mean, you can always test it if you want, but I would just recommend not using the AI feature for this because regardless of what Meta says, I know a lot of people who have tried this, doesn't work. I've tried it, doesn't work in most cases. It can though. So come over here to next. You're going to keep all enhancements off. I mean, you can put some music on if you want. Let's see the music. I really hope this isn't, oh, it's AI music. Cool. I really hope this isn't, like, copyrighted or anything like that. We'll see. Anyways. Alright, let's hear it. Yep, not doing that. Turning that off right now. Most of the time, I don't put any... Okay, this is fine. Most of the time, I don't put any music on the ads because, again, they're static. Like, you just don't really need it that much. So, that's pretty much the gist of it. That's how to upload everything. So what you would want to do after that is you would want to come into advanced preview. And you would want to make sure that everything in here would be formatted correctly based on size. So like as you'll see, right, like here on the reels, it'll have a little bit of blank space. It doesn't need to be perfect. Most of the time I find that this doesn't really affect the ad's performance. But you just want to make sure that there are no like big errors. Yeah, see like this, you would want to clean this up a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty much how you do it. There's really nothing much else to do after this except for like setting up like pixel, tracking, everything like that, which most of the time you don't even need. Hot topic, I think pixel can be a little bit overrated. Anyways, yeah, that's like a super simple version about how you can make like really simple ads. If you want me to do your ads for you, just simply book a call with me. I put it in my bio. I don't really do call to actions. I kind of just thought of doing this video on a whim. But yeah, if you want me to make super simple ads for you, click the link in my bio. I'd be more than happy to walk you through it, see if my offer will be good for you. Cool thing about me is I am heavily utilizing AI in my business, as well as I'm super systemized. So my competitive advantage in the marketplace is that I'm way cheaper. I'm like way lower cost than all these like traditional agencies. So I only charge a couple $100 a month. So if you want to blow up your business, generate a bunch of leads, I do all of the ad creation. I manage everything for you. I also do all the automations so that we can send and organize the data as well as the tracking. So that way we know that we're actually getting a return on investment. Shameless pitch. If you're interested, click the link in the bio. If not, no worries. I'm going to make more videos about Facebook ads, lead generation, online marketing, etc. So if you're interested in that, click the subscribe button.